This is the third video of my Basic to XD series. If you do not have any background on XD or any Adobe graphics software and have not watched the first two videos, please watch them first, because what is covered in this video then will make sense to you. For the rest of us who have watched the first two videos and have some background in XD, we already know the basic of XD from the last two videos. Now we'll be looking at how to enhance our UI design process and speed up with external resources. We'll also learn how to link up the action buttons between different screens so that to make our prototype navigatable. So let's dive in. So just like Photoshop and Illustrator, we can either do our design from scratch or we can use different assets from external resources like stock images, icons, some graphic elements, etc. In XD, we call this UI kit. So to get this UI kit, we can actually get it from the menu. Just simply go to XD, File, Get UI Kits, and then this menu will drop out. So you can either choose Apple iOS UI kit or Microsoft Windows, or even get more UI kit. I will simply click on more UI kits, which will bring up this website. This is Adobe's XD website, and there are plugins, there are app integration, and as well as UI kits. UI kits is where we are going for. As you can see, there are Apple Design, where you can get Apple Design's UI kit, or Material Design, which is from Google themselves, as well as Microsoft. But what we want is actually below. There are already a lot of UI kit. For example, this sign up screen UI design, which they already have packed for you. Let me show you an example. The one that we are looking at is called XD Wireframe Kits, since we'll be working on wireframes. So when you click on download, and you download the file into your desktop, when we unzip the file that we downloaded, and you will find that there's two files inside. The wireframe mobile, which is for mobile phone, and there are wireframe for website. Let's open them, and that's what we get. This is for mobile phone, and this is for the web. Let's look at the web version first. The web version, the UI kit is packed with all the UI that we need to develop wireframe. As you can see, when you zoom in from the color code that this entire wireframe kit is using, to all the icons, they are in vector. You can select them and change, and in the reverse format as well. And as the headings, the typography setting, to menu, navigation bar, with all the icons, social media icon in, they are all editable. As well as all the buttons, normal state, press state, disabled button, or the passive button, which is what we call, as well as all the big buttons and even the toggles, all the toggle buttons, all the radio button, chat box, footer, tick footer, and different type of tick footer, as well as cards. Cards are very popular UI design that we can use. So they even have all the flowcharts elements that if you need to use in your wireframes. There are buttons all over, and even tag, some graphic elements for mockups. And that was just UI element. And you can go into forms to see all the forms are done completely for you. You can simply copy and paste and use them. Pricing table, and some call to action and footers, some portfolio section, blog section, landing section, you know what I mean. The one that we are looking at is actually the mobile version. The mobile version also starts with UI elements. Let's zoom in and see what do they have here. Same, but we pack with more icons. They are all vector as well, you can change them. As well as the typography, the typesetting, and the bars that they use, the standard elements like card, how they display articles, the buttons. Let's zoom out and see. They even have a cinema booking UI for you. And they are all in vectors. It's editable, as you can see, my mouse rowing over them. Then this is a map for the map mockup, and it's vector as well. Settings with icon. One thing good about this UI kit is because all these people are more experienced designer, so the bar and the sizes, the font size that they use are all calculated, and you are really sure that you can read them when you use them in your design. If you are not an experienced designer, you might find that this is very helpful for you. Let's see more things. What else do they have? They have contacts. Just like your phone, contact screen comes with map as well, and these are even repeat grid, as you can drag them and create more items. Checkout screen if you are doing some shopping cart that needs shopping cart or some e-commerce shop mockups. All the forms, payment screen, they even have all these steps that you can go through one by one, all the way until the final screen. If you need to work on maps, yeah, they have the location map for you. Or some statistic chart if you need. Like the pop-up. Sometimes when you tap on something, then the pop-up window just pop up and ask you to confirm. These are the screen with a very nice tinted shadow behind. Or even with this type of design for you to choose from. And your side menu, when you type on it, the hamburger menu and the whole thing just slide across. So this is how the mockup can look like. So it looks almost like the final product that is out there in the market. Yeah, just that this is wireframe. So looking at all these resources and how do we use them. All right, so let me show you how do we use them in our work. I have a blank file. You just create a new file. So I just drop this artboard. So what I want to do is, let's say firstly I want to create some welcome screen, which will probably start with this. Alright, what I do is I can either highlight them and then make a copy of the entire thing and come over here and paste, simply paste this, or I can simply copy the entire artboard, which is this. Then let me just go to the layer panel. Okay, it's on this one, right? I can just copy the whole thing and then just come here and paste. So I get the entire artboard, everything over. If the size doesn't fit, I can simply drag this over and then change the layout that I want, do all the editing that I want it to fit here. Alright, this background color maybe is this, so I want to change this to reflect that color as well. Select this, change this background color to this. There we have it. Okay, let's add more. After this, I will want a sign up screen. Let's look for the sign up screen. Where is the sign up screen? Here we go. Alright. Okay, this looks more like it. It's more complete. So let's have this 6 sign up. And this is number 6 sign up. Right click, copy, come over here and paste. I have the entire screen. I know that the width is the same, so what I can do is I can simply drag this so that it snaps to the same width as what I want. There we go. Alright, you can go on and create more screens that you need. The confirmation screen. Yeah. So that with all this UI kit, even though you don't have the entire design, you can use all the elements and quickly form your wireframe. So with this, it actually helps us designer a lot. That it helps shorten our drawing board lead time. That it let us designer focus on the designing the right UX instead. There are a lot of UI kits available out there and made by all the generous people, and the library is growing very, very fast, so make sure you check the UI kit library often. Another UI kit that I can show you is called the Fresh Food People. It's by these two designers called Daniel and Lindsay. So bravo to them, thank you very much for this. So this UI kit the design is very, very sleek. It's meant for a fresh food. If you are developing a fresh food app, they even have a dark mode which looks very, very nice. And I particularly like all the simple layout. So if you are designing something that based on fresh food, you can pretty much based on this, use this UI kit to develop your own app. There are many out there, and this design comes with 40 custom icons, and it has a dark mode as well. So that's really nice. So give them a thumbs up and download. You can download and use this UI kit. Or you can simply just click download from Adobe themselves. There are plenty more. I leave it to you to explore. Okay, not all of them might be suitable for your usage, but at least you can see how the layout and how the design is being done. They even have this is pretty cool. This one looks like some Iron Man in the UI interface. You can explore them. Or you can also buy UI kit from websites like this UI8 website that they sell UI kits for a certain price. And I think this one comes with everything. There are some that icons and some that just comes with HTML. So you can explore them. They don't cost that much money. They are actually quite okay. $25 or $89 if you can get the full suits of things, and why not? And those that cost money usually are much more complete and packed with a lot of punch than the free ones. But nevertheless, for us designers, we will prefer to design our own UIs. If you're a design student in a design school, please first check with your school if your school allows you to use this UI kit on your schoolwork. For my context, my design school that I teach, with modules like UI UX design, using Wireframe UI kit that I just showed you, since the students will be focusing on designing the experience and the processes, so using this UI kit is fine with me. But you have to check with your own school if your school allows that. Now that I have put together a few screens with this Wireframe UI kit that we just downloaded and I just showed you just now, so I would like to link them up and have a feel of how the flow is. I can do that by switching to prototype mode. Okay, prototype mode enables me to on this interaction panel. So let's zoom in for this first screen. And in this prototype mode, any elements that you click on it, and you'll notice that there's this blue knot at the right side of every object. Yeah, even for the entire artboard, there's also this blue knot. Okay, what it means is that with this blue knot, when you click and drag on it, it will go to the next screen or wherever that you want it to link to. So I want it to drop to the second artboard when I click on this button. When I click anywhere else, nothing happens. So that's what it means. If I do not want this and I want it to simply click on the entire artboard and I just move to the next screen, I can simply drag this and then drop it here. So this will link up to the next screen. So let's do a quick preview. When I click anywhere, and it just load the second screen. So if we switch back to just the button, link to this, So which means only when I tap on the button, it will bring me to the next screen. Let's do a quick preview again. Anywhere I click, nothing happens until I click on this button. As you can see, when I mouse over this button, my cursor changed to finger point, and I click on it, it loads on this. And this interaction is not complete as well. You notice that it's actually dissolved, which doesn't look right. I want it to slide over. So I can do that by come to this animation. Instead of dissolve, I can say slide left. Let's try that. And do a quick preview again. Let's start. Now it feels more like it. There's also another animation here called push left. Let's see the difference. Yeah, this one looks better. All right. So I'll go ahead and finish up all the linking. I'll fast forward, not to bore you. That's the first one, and I want to link this to the second screen, and link this to the third screen, and link this to the Let's try that. Let's come here and preview. Let's start. All right, and click on this. We'll go to the second screen. But you notice that when I'm at second screen, there's no way for me to go back. Because XD is a prototyping tool, so I have to go to every single screen to tag it back. Do the same to link it back so that it knows that I want to link it back. Let's do that. So in prototyping mode, and this one will have to go back to the first screen. This one does nothing since it's at the screen. This one goes to the third. This goes to the fourth. And the last one goes to the last screen. Now for this goes to the last screen. This goes to this screen. The third one does nothing. This one goes to the second screen. And this first one goes back to first screen. Okay, now the very last one. This goes to the first screen. This goes to the second screen. This goes to the third. And this goes to the fourth. Okay, one last one that I want is, since this is articles, let me fix the alignment. I want it to align center, and it should scroll. So I want to turn this into a scroll. So I have to go back to the design tab and make this vertical scroll, and vertical scroll should end there. Yes, that is correct, and it should actually end somewhere there. Okay, and when in prototype mode, when I click on this, let's say one of the buttons, I want to click on the last articles. The last articles will bring me to this. And from this, to go back, I will have to click on these back buttons, which will bring me back to news. Okay, so that is all the link. So if I highlight, select all, you will see all the linkages being linked up. Okay, let's try. Let's see how it goes. This is our preview. So anywhere else, nothing happened. Let's start. So if I click on this, it goes here. Click on this, it goes here. This, it goes here and goes here. Okay, we can fix the animation because it should actually go back to the other way. For news, you can scroll and go to the last articles and click on this. It loads the article, this page. And when we go back, it will go back to the news. Okay, let's fix the animation so it doesn't look so weird. So this one, when I go back here, it should push right instead. All this left is fine. So for here, these two should be push right. And this one, this three should be push right. Push right, and the last one, this is push right. Now for the last of them should be push right. Push right, push right, push right, and push right. All right, for the last one, when it goes down, I want it to slide up instead. Okay, So let's do that. Okay, this should slide up. Push up. And this should be pushing down. Okay, let's do a quick test. Preview, let's start, and let's see if we get this right. Yes, correct. Go back, go down. And then we can go here and go back there. So you can see it feels almost like the final, your complete products, just by adding this animation and this linking them up. So that's how you link up different artboard and the UI element in XD. In this video, we have learned how to use UI kit to speed up our drawing board time. We have also learned to link different artboard out so that to make them navigatable. So in the next video, we'll learn about component states and how to use these different states to bring UI elements like buttons to come to life. So if my videos are beneficial to you, please click like on the videos and subscribe to Uncle Teach You YouTube channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.